joined now by NewsNation special correspondent and investigative journalist Ross Coulthart. His interview with UFO whistleblower David Grush led to a groundbreaking congressional hearing on the subject matter. Good to have you. Let's get right to it. Your reaction to Michelle Reyes's video and the lack of sort of response that she got to reporting it.
Good evening, Ashleigh. Yes, it's a very compelling video. I remember seeing that when it was first posted, and I agree, it does look anomalous. One of the things that the debunkers often say is that these objects are moving so fast that they're often aeroplane fuselages and we just can't see the wings, but it doesn't appear to be that in this case. She did the right thing, though, Michelle, by reporting it to the National UFO Reporting Centre, NUFORC, which is one of the two main organisations that take these sightings. The other one, of course, is MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. But one of the problems is there's really no one central government administered or independently administered body that takes all of these sightings. And one of the exciting things that's happening is the development of new smartphone apps, and they're coming in now. And what would have been wonderful in Michelle's case is if she'd had the opportunity to get an independent witness that could corroborate the sighting that she saw, hopefully from another angle. That way you can triangulate them and then do all sorts of calculations to estimate speed and altitude and things like that. And so that's why these new smartphone apps like Phenom, PHENOM, and the Enigma Labs app are very important.
So she does have some corroborating witness. I don't think the other witness on the plane has video, but certainly saw her post and said, I was on the plane and I saw the same thing, and was so freaked out by it she didn't say anything. I'm more curious about whether the government is actually listening and just not responding to her. What's your take on the fact that they are reading the reports? They did receive her information. They are looking at that video and they're dissecting it. They're just not letting us know.
There is absolutely no doubt, Ashleigh, that the government is taking an extremely close interest in UAPs, UFOs, call them what you like. The government never stopped looking at them after Project Blue Book, which is the official time when they stopped looking at them way back in the 1970s. The simple fact is, we do have ARRO, which is the military government body that's investigating government sightings, if you like, looking specifically for allegations of a cover-up. But there is absolutely no government interest officially in looking at UAPs. Now, I know that to be a flat-out lie. I talk to people all the time who tell me that the government is monitoring UAPs, and so they should be. I mean, we're seeing these things, as I reported on Reality Check just a month ago. We're talking about objects being seen over very, very secure airspace, nuclear missile silos, Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, for example. Places like that really should be national security installations where we have knowledge of what's flying over our airspace, and we don't. And so I think to a large degree, the government's embarrassed about this. It's got its head in the sand. And so it officially says to people, we're not interested in UFO, UAP sightings, but they are.
Amazing. Ross Coulthart, I love having you on, and it's not going to be the last time. Will you come back again?
A real pleasure. No problem at all.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.